YouTube, what's going on? If you're new here, my name's Roger. I own a company called QVO Tactical where we make holsters and gear and also film content for this channel. In today's video, we are revisiting one of my favorite builds, however, with some new additions to it. I'm talking about my 300 Blackout build, but now equipped with the Radical Firearms Sinter 3D Printed Titanium Suppressor, the Recoil-Less Bolt Carrier Group from Velocity Precision, and the Primary Arms SLx 1:8 LPVO with the ACSS Griffin reticle. Now, as always, I like to tell you guys how I go about getting these products in for review. A few months back, Radical Firearms informed me of a new suppressor they were coming out with that was 3D printed titanium. They asked me if I'd like to get one to feature on the channel. I obviously said yes, as I like suppressors and I like 3D printing. Spoiler alert, guys, this thing is freaking cool. Velocity Precision also reached out regarding my previous Strybog video where I used one of their triggers for that PCC build. They asked if I had any upcoming videos that I could use their new Recoil-Less BCG for, and I thought what perfect timing, as I wanted to film a video on this suppressor with my 300 Blackout build. These paired really well, which you will soon see in the range footage. Lastly, I talked to my buddy over at Primary Arms in regards to wanting to try out their 1:8 LPVO. Typically I wouldn't run it on a short gun like this 10.5 inch. However, it's just so much fun for me to being able to see your target up close at 100 yards, so I figured why not. Primary Arms has always been very supportive of our channel, and they sent one out for us to use in this video. Huge thank you to Radical Firearms, Velocity Precision, and Primary Arms. Having support from companies like these allow us to continue to make these videos, and we are very grateful. Okay, with that out of the way, let's get into the specs of these three new components. Let's first start with the Primary Arms SLx 1:8 first focal plane scope. The Primary Arms SLx 1:8 LPVO is a lightweight and affordable package with an 8x zoom ratio. It is a tough and durable low-power variable optic that features full reticle illumination, quick focus eyepiece, a tactile and audible click adjustment turrets with caps, and a removable magnification lever. These scopes are engineered in Houston, Texas, and come with a lifetime warranty. You guys all know my favorite reticle is the ACSS reticle. I have it in every product I run from Primary Arms. This 1:8 LPVO is no different. It utilizes the ACSS Griffin, which gives me great bullet drop compensation, which you'll see later in the range portion of this video as well. Next up, we have the Recoil-Less Bolt Carrier Group from Velocity Precision. Now, I didn't realize how the design of a BCG could affect recoil until I shot this thing. They have a patent pending design that makes their bolt carrier low mass, stronger, and one of the lightest ones on the market. The Recoil-Less Bolt Carrier reduces recoil significantly, allowing for faster follow-up shots. It's also coated in Armor Lube DLC. This is their diamond-like carbon firearm coating that makes the need for lubricants not necessary. You can also pair it with their adjustable gas block to fine-tune the performance of your rifle even further if needed. Lastly is the Sinter 3D Printed Titanium Suppressor from Radical Firearms. This suppressor is made using 3D additive manufacturing technologies. Radical has tested on everything from 22 to 300 Win Mag, claiming everything to be hearing safe. The suppressor is completely constructed of titanium with an overall length of 8 inches and an outer diameter of 1.75 inches. It comes with 2 of their muzzle brakes with a taper mount design, so you can easily put it on and take it off. It is also full auto rated. Okay, with the specs out of the way, let's get on to what you guys all came to see, the range footage. John, Gabe, Jade, and I all headed out to one of our shooting spots here in Vegas over this past weekend. As always, I wanted to get everybody's first initial reactions to shooting the gun on camera, so here's that footage now. All right, guys, these are gonna be my first rounds through this 300 Blackout build with the new Radical Firearms 3D printed Sinter. I'm trusting it because I'm running 220 subs, so I'm not gonna run Ear Pro because it should be very hearing safe. 300 Blackout subsonic suppressed, you all know, is just a blast to shoot, but very expensive. Anyway, we're just gonna shoot some rounds in the dirt before we get a zero on this thing. That way, everybody's first initial impressions can be seen on camera. So here we go. Got some 220 grain. And gassed up, let's go, 5 rounds, here we go. Yeah, that is definitely hearing safe. All you're really hearing is the action of the bolt. That thing is sweet. Let's see. Can only warmed up a little bit, but that's only 5 rounds, so I'm gonna have the other guys try it out and see what they think. All right, we got John up now with the 300 Blackout setup and the Radical Firearms Sinter. Give it a go, John. What you think, man?
That's super quiet. Man.
At only like $1.47 a round.
Right? Nice.
All right, next up, Gabe's gonna run the setup. Go for it, bud.
Dude. That's crazy. What the heck?
So for being like a larger length can, how's the weight feel to you?
It still feels like nothing almost. It just feels like the regular gun. Not any exterior weight, more towards the front, but it's still stupid quiet too. That's crazy. Still not too bad either. Nice.
All right, now Jade's gonna give it a go. So she has actually never shot 300 Blackout. This will be her first time shooting one of these setups, but yeah, give it a whirl, see what you think.
It's like a pen click almost. It was louder back there. Holy crap. That's really cool though.
How's the weight feel to you?
It feels pretty comfortable. I think, yeah, no, it feels good.
As you can see, everybody was pleasantly surprised with how quiet this setup was. For this video, we were shooting 220 grain subsonic 300 Blackout ammunition from Ammo Inc., which we picked up from our buddies over at Venture Munitions here in Las Vegas. After we all got our first rounds out of the way, I quickly zeroed the gun so that we could play around with steel at varied distances out to 100 yards. Yep, that's point of aim, point of impact. Okay. And then this first, we're good. Gabe did a little bit of bounding and shooting to get a feel for the LPVO. He then mixed in a little bit of shooting in the prone position as well. I then wanted to take some standing shots at the 50, 75, and 100-yard steel targets. Now I know for those watching, some of you are already thinking taking 100-yard shots with an LPVO is super easy, and to that I say I absolutely agree. For me though guys, that's the point. I want a gun that's super easy to shoot and super easy on the ears, especially if we are talking about 300 Blackout. I will say though, for the 50-yard and 75-yard shots, the steel is only about 6 inches wide and 16 inches tall, as they are the mini targets from TA Targets. So definitely not the hardest shots in the world, however, it's definitely a little bit more of a challenge than that full C-zone target at 100 yards. You know what else really makes this easy is using that ACSS reticle inside the Primary Arms 1:8 scope. A little bit of data input in a ballistic app, and now I have all of my holdovers for this setup. If I'm wanting to hit that small 6-inch steel target at 50 yards, I simply put the tip of the chevron on the target. Now, if I want to hit that small silhouette at 75 yards, I hold over at the bottom of the chevron. And lastly, if I want to hit the 100-yard steel, I just hold at the first full line, which is 102 yards on the holdover data. And boom, guys, just like that, you're engaging multiple targets at varied distances with ease. Between the four of us, we ran about 200 rounds through the gun with no problems whatsoever. The Sinter suppressor and recoilless bolt carrier group worked extremely well together, even during faster rates of fire. I did not notice any gas in the face, and I barely felt recoil with this setup. So guys, after watching this video, I hope some of you are like me and you get ideas in your head for different custom builds. This is one of mine that I'm really happy to see come to fruition. Every time I've shot this gun, it has been nothing but fun, and the fact that you can do it reliably without ear protection makes it even more enjoyable. Anytime I post about this build, I always get questions about the entire setup and the color scheme. I would definitely recommend checking out our original video on this setup, as all the components have stayed the same except for what was featured in this video. The colors for this build though, they are the gunmetal gray Cerakote and the desert dirt color that comes directly from Geissele on their products. If you guys end up creating something similar or inspired by this build, please be sure to tag us, because I would definitely like to see what you guys come up with. Well everyone, that is going to wrap up this video on our custom 300 Blackout build using the Radical Firearms Sinter 3D printed titanium suppressor. Whew, that's a mouthful. Also the Velocity Precision Recoil-Less bolt carrier group and the Primary Arms SLx 1:8 LPVO with that ACSS Griffin reticle that I love. Again, huge shout out and thank you to all the companies involved. We really appreciate the support with our channel. Guys, if you like the video, please give us a thumbs up down below, as that really does help out the channel. If you're new here, please consider subscribing, as we post new videos every week. If you want to further support our content, please check out that Patreon link down below. Our Patreon squad is a big reason why we can keep making these videos for you guys all to check out. So huge shout out to them. Thank you guys. As always, I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you in the next one. All right, so we just ran 200 rounds through this gun. How's the can feel?
It's a little warm, but I can still hang on to it. It's not burning.
Nice. Yeah, it's like barely hand warmer temperature.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Sweet.
And the other best part about taper mount, let's go ahead and put this bad boy away. Wow.
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 Nice.
That's pretty sweet.
All right, here we go. My God. All the companies involved.